So, not everybody that works for the union is evil. What is up, y'all? It's your man, Dad Dude, bringing you guys another video. I am giving out subscriptions down below, so go hit that button. I'd appreciate it. Noblesse, episode 4. In this episode, we get a lot more insight into the union's elite and in the dynamics of the group, and we see that not everyone in the elite is necessarily evil, especially when it comes to Tao, the hacker dude, and Takio, the guy with the long purple ponytail. Both of those guys seem to be people who aren't necessarily evil, just bad circumstance, I guess. Especially Takio. Takio is only with the union because his sister is being held captive, and he's being forced to be there. So we know he's not necessarily bad. But we also learned that he doesn't kill people on his missions, or he tries to avoid killing women and children on his missions. So okay, he's not evil. And when it comes to Tao, he seems more like somebody who's kind of like a misfit, who needed somewhere to fit in, and he just so happens to work with the union because they can utilize his talents. Now, when it comes to Shark, yeah, of course, Shark fucking douche, evil. Hammer did not hesitate to go like kidnap Manabu and Han to get Regis to stop fighting. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say Hammer's probably also evil. Now, Cross, really not sure on Cross yet. Haven't got a read on that guy yet. I don't know if he's like the no nonsense leader guy who's laser focused on the mission, or if he is actually evil and like a bad person. Well, I guess we'll find that out as the show goes on. But I like that this episode added a little more nuance to the elite. For a guy who keeps getting beat up, M-21 sure does have some balls, man. You gotta respect the gall of this guy. He is in a room full of people who can all take him out, and he's still trying to negotiate for information that he wants. He knows that the elite don't know that he betrayed the union, and so he's basically trying to seize the opportunity and negotiate and use what little leverage he has. And you gotta respect that kind of audacity, man, because M-21 stays getting stomped out, but he still wants to learn about his former comrades, so he's taking the opportunity that he has, regardless of whether or not these people can and will kill him. The meetup between Tao and Manabu was fucking adorable. Like, I just loved watching those two characters basically swoon over each other's computer skills. Both characters are already likable on their own, but you put them both together in a scene and had them basically just be adorable with each other. It was just so cute to watch them say, "Oh, you're so great. No, you're so great. No, I really like the way you do this. I really like how you can do that." It was just, it was cute and it was funny. And we also got to see that Tao does not really like being part of the union. I wonder if maybe the union's holding something over his head like they are Takio, and he's like forced to be in the group. We don't know that yet, but just the way he reacts, the way he talks about being in the union leads me to believe that he doesn't necessarily want to be there. And I could also see Manabu's and Tao's relationship coming into play in the future. Maybe Manabu can convince Tao to leave the union, or he can be like an inside man for Frankenstein and Rizel and everyone else. Maybe take down the union from the inside out. But I could just see their bond coming into play in the future. What was up with that total personality shift that Takio did when he was talking to Han and Sarah? That didn't make any sense to me because he doesn't know who Han and Sarah are. So there is no reason to think he's putting on an act or trying to work an angle when he's talking to them. But his personality changes completely based off what he is when he's around the other elites. Now, is that more so that what we saw when he's talking to Han and Sarah is his natural personality, how he naturally is, kind of like a bubbly, happy kind of guy, and then he hates working for the union so much that when he's around the rest of the elites, that he's just more subdued and dull and super serious? I can maybe see that. But without an explanation, him switching up his personality so drastically when talking to Han and Sarah just struck me as way out of place, because as far as I know, there was no reason for him to have that for him to change up his personality so much in that moment. I would like to have gotten a better display of Regis' strength when he was fighting against Shark. I feel like what we got of the fight, it was okay, but we still don't really know what Sarah and Regis are capable of, and we didn't get to see much of it in that fight. We got to see that he in Shark's basic form that Regis has the upper hand, and then when Shark took his enhancer pill, Regis was also able to go to another level. But we don't know the extent of Regis' powers yet because he wasn't really pushed in that fight. Hammer showed up with Manabu and Han, and so Regis basically gave up. But I still would like to see just how strong they are, like Regis and Sarah are, because we really don't even have an idea how strong Frankenstein and Rizel are, but we saw more of what they can do in the OVA, and we haven't seen really anything at all what Regis and Sarah can do, besides, you know, Regis beating the shit out of M-21, but again, everyone beats up M-21, so that's not that impressive. M-21 better hope that Frankenstein and Rizel show up in this next episode, because he is not going to be able to save Regis, Han, and Manabu on his own. Maybe Tao will step in because of his newfound friendship with Manabu, or maybe Takio steps in because he obviously doesn't like killing people. But whatever happens, we know that M-21 is going to need help. He's not going to be able to do it on his own, because in that room, with the exception of Han and Manabu, M-21's the weakest person in the room. Well, he might be stronger than Tao. We haven't seen Tao fight. Tao is just a hacker guy, so he's going to need help if he's going to save Regis, Han, and Manabu, or maybe Regis is going to break out of his cuffs and save everyone on his own. But like I said, all we know is that it won't be M-21 on his own saving the day. He just isn't strong enough. Overall, this was a pretty good episode. I liked learning more about the elites and learning which ones may actually be redeemable. Also, like I said, the meetup between Teo and Tao and Manabu, really fucking adorable. I enjoy watching that. And despite the fight between Regis and Shark not being what I hoped it would be, it was still a decent fight. We got to see some of what Regis is capable of, just not like the full extent of his abilities. So all in all, decent episode. Alright guys, that's all I have for you in this one. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you didn't, let me know why in the comments. And if you are so inclined, subscribe. I would appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.